So my video on me working out a card build with the new class mod got an unexpected amount of attention. And I just finished it. I can explain it for you. Basically, the difference between this build and the build that I had before was that our specialization, we're going into the dot family. We're getting the one that when you get crits you get dot chance, and the one where when you get dots you get bonus damage, because most things don't double dip with the wilds, but it turns out, just from testing it out, I'm 99% sure that the dot damage specialization double dips with the wilds, so it actually increases your damage by a lot, especially against bosses where you can stack up elements. And you might be thinking, like, what, you get like 1 or 2 dots on an enemy? But with Vigorish, which gives you an element, and Color Spray card, which gives you an element, and the fire, there's that skill that gives you a fire bonus element during Windfall, and there's the wilds, obviously, which gives you a random element. You can stack 5 dots of the same type on an enemy. So with a shotgun or a fast fire rate weapon, you can easily stack 10 plus dots on an enemy, and then you can deal damage to them. So you see here, I'm doing no damage to get some dots, and then just start chunking them. This is not really a gun build. The gun is doing good damage because of Vigorish. That's just an OP skill. And the wilds, obviously, is making it do damage. But the main damage source is the cards. It's a card build, obviously. And the third damage source we have, well, before I was trying to make it a melee build too. So you could just run around and melee people. But because of the dot focus, you can't really do that anymore. There's not enough specialization slots, and melee would only apply 2 dots. So we had to get rid of the melee, and instead we have this drone thing. It just came out with the Circle of Slaughter. When you hit an enemy with a grenade, you probably see me doing it a whole bunch in this clip. When you hit an enemy with a grenade, it'll attack them. This thing does 0 damage if I assume it does grenade damage, which we have none of, and ordnance damage. This thing will attack whatever you hit a grenade with, and if that enemy has dots on them and you're in Windfall, like, that drone will absolutely eat that enemy alive. And the next source of damage we have is the card. It's really important for the Circle of Slaughter because of how many enemies there are. You can put the card down and it'll attach to a ton of enemies, and it'll chunk them, and Groundbreaker will hit one of them and just absolutely, like, oh yeah, you see here I put like 20 status effects on them, and then I just shoot them to death. The card is surprisingly important, the tentacle card, for keeping enemies off of you. For the takedown, the tentacle card isn't that important. You could go without taking it. The problem is the Fishman boss, the middle raid boss. You can kill all 3 with the tentacle card, so I would still take it in the takedown, but I would not take it for Subjugator and Thal unless you're going down a lot. Then you can use it for a second wind. Basically, you store up damage with your cards, and then when you go down, you throw the tentacle card, and as soon as it attaches to an enemy, it'll proc Groundbreaker and give you a second wind. So Subject Erenthal, it's up to your preference. I find that I go down a lot during phase 3. So I take the tentacle card for everything. I haven't even tested this against Bloom Reaper. I'm assuming it's pretty good against Bloom Reaper. Yeah, so you see here, we start out doing 0 damage against the boss, and this used to be a terrible bossing build. We start out doing 0 damage against the boss, and then once we get him, I think he has like 15 to 20 dots on him. Then he starts taking damage. So against bosses, you can ramp up. You can even kill Final Form Thal just by stacking Color Spray. You can get like every element if you're lucky, and get 5 of every element would be very lucky. And yeah, so that one specialization is doing a lot of her damage. And the weapon I choose to use is the Dullahan with the spread launcher. It has less pellets than the Balor, and it has a slower reload speed, but each pellet does more damage, and I think that's more valuable for Vigorish, which is a skill that gives you bonus element based on the cards you throw. Okay, so then onto the shield. The Fireworks shield is the easy pick because Fireworks shield gets Vigorish. So the base damage of Fireworks is enough to kill. Well, on UV 7, it's not enough to kill a trash mob anymore. So adding Vigorish to it makes it so that Fireworks can kill trash mobs again. And we're getting elemental damage, and we're getting we're getting elemental damage just so the Fireworks can put in work. The one problem with the Circle of Slaughter is killing these guys on the tower. Maybe it's just skill issue, but for me this slows the pace down to like a crawl. Okay, so yeah, here's a better showing of stacking elements. I just got lucky and I stacked, I want to say, like 30 dots on him, and I just instantly delete him. Okay, this clip is demonstrating I miss everything. So then I use the grenade, and it just eats that guy alive because of the wilds. And I'm pretty sure it gets Vigorish. Here's our specialization that I was talking about. And then here are the skill trees. It might be a little hard to see. We're going very heavy in green. And then I'm going to show you my stats. They're very low. I barely have any bonus stats. It's all bonus